What up, world, man? What up, world, man? It's your main man. I am DJ Double Dose, man. We are coming at you live tonight, man, in full effect, man. You know, we got a lot of things we want to talk about that happened in week 7, man. You know what I'm saying? What a game between Oregon and Washington. It was everything that they built it up to be. You know what I'm talking about? We had Auburn, LSU, we had FSU and Syracuse, man. We got Miami getting their ass whooped currently. We got some more to talk about that. USC, same thing goes for them, man. But before we get into all of that and talk about all the action, man, I just want to say what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? This is our first live of the year, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to bring my main man in with it, man. This is my homeboy, my partner, man. Jona, man, come on in the building, man. Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. Appreciate you being the first guest, man. What's up with you, man? Let's talk about it.
What's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? Yeah, man. It was a tough fight down in the Bayou, man. Tough fight, man. Tough fight.
It was a little rough. It was a little rough. I was expecting a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting a little bit more, but you know what? That's what we're here for. So
we'll touch on that later. I want to know why you expected. Oh, because of Georgia. You expect that because of Georgia? Okay.
It's not even that. It's not even that, man. You know what I'm saying? After facing that guy for 2 years in a row, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I personally don't think he's nothing special, but that's just me. That's just me. I know some LSU fans would love to push back, but that's just me. I don't think Jaden Daniels is nothing special.
Special is a reach. It's a reach. It's a reach.
Let them tell it. Let them tell it. I mean, I don't think he's nothing special, but that's just me.
It's a reach. He's definitely a dual threat, though. His first I'll say that. I don't want to take nothing from him. He definitely
right.
He's doing a damn good dual threat, man.
So you know what? Before we get into that, let's start from the beginning of the day and the major matchup that we all was watching early today. Was all watching the Oregon and Washington game, and I got my thoughts. I'm gonna lead the flow to you, and then I give mine in return. So, what do you think about the Oregon and Washington game? What are your thoughts on that?
I actually didn't see that. That's probably one of the only games I didn't see. Mm-hmm. However, I didn't know who to pick on that one. I actually didn't bet on that one. Did I bet on? If I did bet, I bet the over.
Okay.
And I bet Washington. But the reason I bet Washington is I know that they're a more physical and a more complete team as far as the lines go. And I take that when we played them as an opener. I mean, they got some big boys.
They do.
Just seeing Oregon pretty much when they played Colorado, if I was to put them against Washington, I don't think that what they did to Colorado, they could easily do to Washington. You know what I'm saying? Because those lines will actually get wore down. And when you wear that offensive line down, you're definitely going to get to Bo. And, you know, I know Bo by heart. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple tricks. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got some weapons in Oregon, but I just feel like they were kind of overmatched with Washington.
And so my disappointment was we see this week in and week out, and it drives me absolutely fucking nuts. They put all this pressure on these goddamn kickers, man. Right. And it's just like, and I know you look at the game, I know that things happen in that game where Oregon wasn't necessarily playing for the field goal. I completely get it. I mean, I get it, but field goal kickers are fickle, man. Even when you look at it on the pro level, this is not just a college thing. I think people get that misconstrued and they assume that college field goal kickers are flaky. Nah, pro kickers be missing kicks too, all day long. You know,
you got some damn good ones now. You got some damn good kickers.
You got some good ones.
You got some 55-yarders that you can definitely, you know what I'm saying, take them to the bank. You know what I'm saying, and get some good return on. But you know, I personally, if the game is so close and it gets down to the wire to a field goal, I'm just personally, you know, if they miss it or if they make it, you know, I just feel like this. It's kind of like a cop out when you're blaming the kicker. You know what I'm saying? Because so many.
It's so many other things that happened within the game before it came actually to that. You know what I'm saying? So I had Oregon in this one, and it was a great game, man. The atmosphere was was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? When you look at that atmosphere in Washington, man, it was an awesome game. I'm glad that I wish it would have been a night game. I wish there would have been another Pac-12 after dark that would have had us, because best believe, had that been a late night kick, we'd have still been up watching that motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? But it was midday. So hats off to Washington. They continuing to move on. I fully expect them to slide on up in the polls just a little bit more.
The hype is real, right?
Hey, listen.
It's real.
After looking at USC, as I peek up over my light, and I look at USC getting USC, we might as well go there now. USC been defense optional so far the whole goddamn season, and it finally came back and beat them in the ass. Because let's be clear, Notre Dame ain't really been that explosive since Navy. I mean, they've been straight on offense, but they haven't been that explosive since Navy.
Explosive is you're using these words, man. You right.
48. I mean, look, they got special team scores in this. They got, you know what I'm saying?
Now, they got a damn good quarterback. They got a way better quarterback than they had, and that was evident early in the season. So, if he continues to stay healthy, man, it might get kind of scary, man. Later on. I mean, I was cutting my eyes, early in the season when they made these, bold predictions and they hyping these people up, man. And then you get around this kind of like the meat of the schedule. Now you're getting into it, and this definitely, this definitely was a game for them. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think Notre Dame was gonna do them boys, but
especially after what happened last week. After they got their ass whooped by Louisville, and it talk about reverse effect,
right? But that's
they beat that Louisville beat their ass last week, and Louisville turned around and lost to damn near the worst team, one of the worst teams in the ACC, man. So college football definitely whips its way around and around, man. But as we keep on sliding down, the scores, man, from the opening window, what are your thoughts about? I don't necessarily want to say, because Bama fans, hear me and hear me well. I hope y'all don't think I'm hating, because look, I still got y'all winning the West, so please don't think I'm hating. This is the new norm for y'all. I seen a lot of y'all getting upset about this close victory against Arkansas. Bama fans, this the new norm. Until y'all get another trigger man in it, nothing's wrong with Miro. This is just who he is. These games like this is just what y'all are. So a lot of them they've been up in arms about this close win, but I'm like, this who y'all are right now. You won.
Right. So what's I didn't see it. I ain't really see no reaction. All I see is a couple roll ties, And
no, they held on. It was 24-21.
Yeah.
You
say barely, but the thing is, the score didn't really dictate the game, because like the people that were calling the game says is that Miro confidence has grown, and like I said, when you're in the meat of the season, you know what I'm saying, and he's gaining that confidence right now. With each game, you know what I'm saying. Now personally, I think we got a chance at Jordan Hare. You know what I'm saying? Off of the strength of what I saw today
defensively.
Off the strength of what I saw today with Arkansas, and I tell everybody this: we're a different monster at the house. Georgia tell you that. So it's gonna definitely be a battle. It's gonna be a rival game for real. It ain't gonna be what you saw today on my end. And when we get on us, I definitely got some takeaways from us, because it's I can't even be frustrated, you know what I'm saying, with Hugh Freeze, but I am kind of surprised that for what he's known for, we really ain't following that trend. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. We're not throwing that thing like, actually we actually worse than we was last year when it comes to statistics with passing. So they definitely gotta make some change.
Hold that. We coming back. We coming back to that. We definitely we got because I got some people that's already in the chat that's already got they already ready to talk about that.
Where is the chat? Where's the chat? I can't see the chat.
It's on. I told you to share it.
What
Oh,
was
you
it?
got to go to Facebook. My bad.
Okay, go to
This all
oh
new. This all
yeah,
new. My bad. My
yeah,
bad. It's
you
all
got
new.
to
I
run.
got you on StreamYard right now. My bad. My bad. It's all new.
Okay,
Um,
okay,
but
okay.
why you pulling that up? But why you pulling it up? Currently, the Miami and North Carolina score was 35-17.
That's
Hurricane,
surprising.
Hurricane fans, listen, y'all come on in for a second. I don't even have to wait to the end of the game to talk about it. Just come on in for a second. You scheduled 5 cupcakes. And you may even want to count Texas A&M as one because they just lost again to Tennessee today. And you was feeling yourself. You were. And then you take the L you took last week in terrible fashion. And then you took your ass up to Chapel Hill and now you're getting your ass whooped again. And guess who you got next week? You got Clemson next week.
They tried to hold on for a minute though.
Bro, they got Clemson next week. That's gonna be
Clemson,
another L.
I don't know.
Listen.
So
That
you think 2 ass whoopings equal a third one? Is that what you saying?
no, it ain't even that. It ain't
Well,
even
no,
that.
I ain't gonna say the first one, the ass whooping, it was just bad
It
coaching.
was bad coaching. This was an ass whipping right here. And then listen, if you go, I know a lot of people wrote Clemson off behind the Duke game, but if you go back and you look at the Duke game, in its totality, Clemson outgained them folks. They just turned the ball over several times inside the red zone. You know what I'm saying? They just turned the ball over. I mean, at the end of the day, I know they lost, but they just turned the ball over in the red zone.
So does Clemson name still scare people? Because
Guess what? It might not scale them, but guess what's gonna happen this week?
it's unpredictable, man. If I had
Guess
it,
what happened this week?
We'll see.
Bro, them boys was mad at their coach last week. They came out here right now and they'll still continue their trend to turn the damn ball over. They ain't getting off the mat next week. They ain't getting off the mat next week. They not getting off the bat. They ain't getting off the mat, man. I'll touch on FSU briefly. I mean, because there ain't really much to talk about. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? We rolling. We know what's ahead of us.
Rolling, ain't it?
We rolling. We know what's ahead of us. We know what we got to do.
Yeah, ain't it going through them, ain't it?
Hey, listen, we rolling. We know what's in the air. We know we're going through. You know what I'm saying? You already know. We done been here before. We're gonna act like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be one of them loud, obnoxious, you know what I'm saying? Because I done been in the trenches. I know what we look like when we look bad. So trust me. Right now, it's just, hey, man, it's on to the next, man. Defense is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Hey, man, running game starting to click finally.
Right.
Man, we just rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen next week with Duke because we don't know if Riley Leonard's going to play. So that's a different story for another day. If he plays, it'll be a little tougher matchup. But if he don't, we're going to steamroll their ass too. So we're going to slide on past that, man. A&M in Tennessee, another one. Jimbo. Yeah. Tennessee is still outside of that Florida hiccup, man. Tennessee really ain't been that bad, man. They really haven't.
They sneaky, man.
Yeah, they really haven't been that bad. And they were missing 2 of their starting linemen in that game against Florida. I know Florida fans don't want to hear that. I know they don't want to hear that because they want to, beat their chest about that win. But they was missing a couple linemen, starting linemen in that game. Tennessee did what they had to do, powered on, man. So I think when you just pause it at this moment and you look at the way things are, I think a lot of people look at the top 25 and they get all up in arms, but a lot of this shit take care of itself. A lot of this shit take care of itself. But before we continue on with the games from today, I want your thoughts on last night because my brother, I went to sleep. 29. We talked earlier. You told me you had a little on it. I went to sleep at 29-0. I thought it was a wrap. I'm like, Prime, good. We out of here. But Jona, what did you see in that second half? Because my God.
Bro, it looked like a movie, bro. It looked like it looked like the coach went in there and rallied them up, and it feels like Colorado is a Hollywood team at this point, because what stood out to me is that, first of all, Them Sanders boys, they proven. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they. If you
Shiloh,
want to talk about doing their part,
Shiloh
certain
was
people
laying.
did their part.
Shiloh was laying that hat. Shador outside
5
of
hooks, 1 pick. I mean,
what
you
he could
can't. What can you
control,
say for him?
what he could control. You know, they definitely need a line. You know, they definitely need somebody to protect him. But I mean, even without the protection and what he able to pull off, man, you know, my hat's off to him. And then Travis Hunter is everything they say he is. Because
Well, he is, but
I mean, again, I think it was definitely a mismatch in that second half,
mm-hmm.
and it was exposed. But that ain't his fault. Them 3 touchdowns right at the gate ain't his fault.
That ain't his fault.
And they really would have had the lead actually, or closer to the lead, if they wouldn't have went for 2 and failed. You know, so that was real telling. But I think that you know, overall, I think it's gonna be a wake up call for them if they ain't woke up. And I really don't think they woke up. I really think they really like a vlog team, or you know,
Mm-hmm.
celebrity, you know, iced out, you know, and it just really ain't looking good. You know, it looked good for when they first
Initially.
started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, star studded and everybody on the sideline, but
Right.
like, you know, you gotta realize it's still football at the end of the day. And you know, I know Coach Prime ain't really, you know, happy with all that. But then
And it's
again, I don't know that. Then again, I don't know that because again, you know, he's allowing certain things, you know, culturally, you know what I'm saying, to take place. And
mm-hmm.
I don't know, you know, I seen somebody call them a pee wee football team today, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, you know, the defensive coordinator of Colorado, Charles Kelly, he's the defensive coordinator at Florida State. So I'm
Right.
very familiar with Charles Kelly, you know, and I know I've heard, you know, he doesn't have the personnel. I don't watch that man with personnel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching this man, quote unquote, without personnel.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying it looked the same, but I ain't seeing a whole lot of differences between having the Jimmys and Joes and not having the Jimmys and Joes. I'm just gonna say that. You know, people can push back on it all they want, but I'm just saying you cannot give up 46 points in the second half and you not be a part of that blame too. Like, I know we like to blame the kids because sometimes the kids are the ones out there on the field, but at the same time, man, 46 points in the second half, bro. Well, second half and overtime. I'm sorry. Second half and overtime. I'm gonna look at the D coordinator a little sideways too. I ain't saying it's a fireable offense, but
It, from what I saw, you know, they kept showing them on TV every time, you know, Stanford would make a big play.
mm-hmm.
And also the talent level or what they were doing on the field was just crazy. I mean, they was falling. They was falling on coverage. It was
It was
crazy to
bad.
watch.
Like that.
It was crazy to
That's
watch,
about the
dog.
biggest burden of football follies you ever want to see. Like, I
I mean,
mean,
it was like every play, bro. It was like every play.
yeah. I
It
mean,
was like
because
every play.
when you break that down, man, like you said, 46 points in the second half and overtime. Usually teams ain't even scoring 46 points in the entire game. These
But
motherfuckers did that shit in the second half and 2 overtimes. So that is very, very, very telling. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, Travis, to me, I think I said it somewhere before. I think he's a better if I was him, I would focus more on wide receiver. But of course,
he definitely took too many snaps. He
that's
definitely took
that's
that
gonna
that
he's gonna
that
have to make a decision at the end
right.
of the day.
He took too many. Yeah.
Nobody can make that decision for him. It's whatever he feel comfortable with, but he's gonna have to make a decision. Whether it's I personally with Shador and the way that he plays, I think he plays better at wide receiver than corner. But again, as we know, both positions are prime positions in the NFL, so he's gonna eat no matter which one he chooses. But I think that he's gonna have to make the decision. If I was him, I'd go ahead and make that decision now rather than let the NFL make it for me. But that's just me.
So you think he one and done? You think he
Well, no, this is second year. He got one more year to go.
Oh, okay.
We got one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would make the decision on what I'm going to do
He's small
now.
too, man. He's too small, man. He got to get in that weight room. He got to
It,
get off. He got to get off YouTube and get in that weight room, man.
so that go back to that decision. Which route are you going to go? Because at wide receiver, he okay at that size. As you look at some of the better wide receivers in the league right now, a lot of them are, you know what I'm saying, they not the biggest. I mean, Metcalf is just a freak of nature. But when you look at Chase and you look at Jefferson and Devontae Smith and even Diggs, and you look at some of the receivers in the league, a lot of them are not, you know what I'm saying, they're not big and bulky. You know what I'm saying? So his frame is okay if he chooses the wide receiver route, if that's the route that he chooses. So but we ain't gonna keep the people long, man. You know, let's just mosey on down to. I definitely got to hear your thoughts about Baton Rouge, man. I need to hear it. I just want to know, what did you see from a positive perspective, and then we'll go to the totality of the game.
All right. So from a positive perspective,
right?
Oh man, it ain't a lot. It ain't a lot positive, bro. It really ain't, bro. I mean, we were definitely we were manhandled out there, man. I ain't gonna lie, like they was laying hat. You know, they even hit my man Asante, man. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's not a lot of positive, man, because so this is my take. Let me start off with this. This is my disclaimer.
Here we go. That's what I want.
Let me start off with my disclaimer. When the season started, I felt like we had a good plan. You know what I'm saying? I felt like we were going to use Thorne to get down to the red zone and utilize Ashford's speed and deception to kind of have some advantages in the red zone, which worked. Now, although it was UMass, it worked, you know. And certain things that I saw on defense, I said, you know, if our offense is playing like this, then, you know, we can work on that. And then somewhere on down the line, I think that the poison seeped in, which is maybe the boosters or maybe people in coaches' ear and this and that. Whatever's going on, it's definitely not on the field, but it translates on the field. They said Hugh Freeze is calling the offense. I said, okay, this might work. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Right.
And then lo and behold, we went away from what was working. And now we're in what you're witnessing is an implosion, man. It's no chemistry, it's no morale. The players are just as lost as the coaches and the coordinators, man, at this point, you know, and it's that's what you saw tonight. You know?
I agree with my man Travis in the chat, man. I think that honestly, at this point, I would just go ahead and rock with Robbie, man. Seriously, like, because you bring Thorne in from Michigan State.
He don't know the playbook. He can't read.
So, we've already established what the passing offense looks like. Okay. So if Thorne is not giving you anything in the passing game, at this point, you might as well groom Robbie and get what you can from him from a athletic standpoint and groom him into giving you basically what Thorne is giving you from the passing game, or he may even progress into giving you more. Like, I don't get why are you still riding with Thorne at this point? For me, I know some Auburn people may want to argue and say, Ben, you know what the hell you're talking about. That's fine. But I don't get what you're getting from Thorne at this point. I don't. I mean, we are 7 weeks into the season. You have arguably the worst passing offense in the conference. What the hell is Thorne giving you? At this point, I'm like, the hell with you, kid.
No, because see, the plan was when they brought him in was to develop a certain a certain scheme for him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that he didn't have enough. I mean, okay. First of all, I'm gonna put this as a disclaimer. These are not excuses. These are just my,
Opinion.
my take.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are my take. You know what I'm saying? Because excuses in football to me, that's kind of
We
you got
weak.
so much time to prepare. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But with that said, when we brought him in, it wasn't enough time to develop him. For SEC play coming from Michigan State. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he's never seen the SEC defense coming at him like this. You know what I'm saying? So
And
I, I
think about it like this. He was the quarterback at Michigan State with Keon Coleman. And you see what Keon doing right now.
right, right, right.
So let that sink in.
Right. And,
Just,
then-
just
and,
like
and I try to tell people the level of play in the SEC is totally different. It's damn near pro. You know what I'm saying? Because, shit, whenever you got Georgia whole damn near team going to the NFL, you know what I'm saying, and excelling, you know what I'm saying? But this is on our schedule though. You see what I'm saying? So
right,
you don't know
right.
you don't know those are just the names you know. So you don't know who, like you said, like what's this nigga coming off the edge that was killing them all tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Perkins. I mean, but Perk, that's Perk. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's killing them, man.
Perk.
Just hiding in plain sight. So
Right.
those are the type of things that
He was hiding
those
the face.
hiding in plain sight, back to back. But and then, that was against Robbie, but again,
Perk did eat.
again, I just feel like, man, it's no plan, it's no strategy,
Right.
and we all over the place. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I'm giving them a little bit of grace is because this is the first year, and I put it in quotation. We are rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Mm-hmm.
we're rebuilding from some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? 2 years of absolute. I don't even know what you call it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know what the Hartson era was. You know what I'm saying? That was something that, try to push it to the back of my mind, but I'm just,
Hey, man, look. Hey, man, it's kind of like the Willie T era. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
a
It
program,
happened in the blink of an
for
eye. You just push it to the
a,
back.
for a
Just keep
program,
moving, man.
a program of all of Auburn's caliber, and you know what I'm saying, what we know we face every year.
Yeah.
All this is a distraction. It is, man. It's a distraction, and it ain't. If I was on the team right now, I definitely wouldn't. Like I said, the morale ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Because what do you have to look forward to?
I
You know
got
what I'm saying? We got, and that's why I said we got to beat Bama. You know what I'm saying? That's like the only thing that, you know what I'm saying, we can hang over our head at the end of the season. Like, well, we did that at least. You
so let
feel me?
so let
Georgia
me
would
ask
have been nice, and now we would have beat Georgia. We would have. I feel like
you
we'd
would
be
have been
having.
Jordan. That would have trumped all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
that
and,
would have trumped
and, and,
all of it.
and I think that would have translated in the locker room with all the fuck shit going on. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that the team was like, okay, we know what we're capable of, but when you come off of a tight game like that into something like this, now you're back at
Grind zero. Let me ask you this. So after coming out of this game, now I know I have my thoughts and my opinions about LSU.
Mhm.
If you were to just step outside of this game, what do you see from LSU going forward? Because I still personally don't think that they walk in Brian Denny and come out with the win, but that's because I still got Bama winning the West. I know it sounds weird as hell because everybody knows how I feel about Bama, but I just
Right.
feel like at home, them kids is just they just different. So, but after playing LSU, how do you feel about LSU going forward with what they have in front of them?
Is it fair to say this though? And this how I was looking at it from my boys. You're facing one of the best offenses in the country in their
Okay.
house with no Jalen Simpson. With you know what I'm saying, first
Mhm.
year defensive play, like we said, we threw them in the fire with Texas A&M. So I mean, I can't really calibrate what are they good or are we just, you feel me? You feel what I'm saying though?
No, I
Like,
got you.
like
I
we
got
ain't got we like and I feel like this gonna translate better next year for who stay. I definitely feel like that portal gonna open up, and you know what I'm saying, people gonna be gone, and
Mhm.
I can't blame them, but I mean, that I can't gauge LSU like that right now. I gotta see him. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see him with against somebody who, you know what I'm saying, is fully, you know what I'm saying, staffed up, healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't come out that backfield running 26 yards, man. You know what I'm saying, against a quality defense, man. That's been, you know what I'm saying, solidified, man.
I will say this. My other 2 cents about LSU is this. That home, and I know it is weird to really put emphasis on being at home or being on the road. I get it. But in college football, in the pro, that shit don't matter. But in college, that shit matters. If this game was in Baton Rouge with the way LSU was playing on offense, there's no doubt in my mind, I would say LSU would beat Bama without any doubt. But Bama's defense at this point is playing, it's playing at a decent level. And I know people are hyping up Jaden Daniels, but when they walk in Brian Denny, to me, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays itself out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that it's going to be as free-flowing, you know what I'm saying, as what we saw. I damn sure know Bama is not going to get no shootout with him like what happened with Lane. That shit ain't going to happen. Nick already knows he can't run no track meet with him. He already know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He going to know that going into it. So for me, I feel like that game is going to be, I mean, it's always must-see TV, but I think it's really going to be must-see TV because it's basically on the side of the West.
Right.
And I don't know. I just got a weird, eerie feeling that Bama's going to eat that thing out in a weird kind of way, man. I just do, man. I just do. I just really do, man. But and I'll just say this, man, before we get on up out of here, man,
the only thing I mean, Bama defense still can be exposed, though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know the secondary is still the problem.
Right. And that line gets, as the game goes on, it gets weaker and weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And this boy's running all over damn Miami right now.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. They have had Miami's number for the last. That's gonna be a whole nother. I could go on and on and on about that, but you know what? The smile I have on my face is. I know people like, man, you really want to face Drake, man? I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. If we got to deal with Drake, man, we got to deal with him.
Right.
Watching these motherfuckers suffer. Watching these motherfuckers suffer means way more than worrying about what the fuck gonna happen on December the 2nd. I'm not worrying about that shit. I like watching these motherfuckers suffer because for 5 weeks I had to hear that they was back and that they was on. And at 11, because they've been hollering about 11, we finna whoop y'all ass. No, you're not. Because you're going to be a broken team by the time y'all get to Tallahassee. You're going to be a broken team. And as far as USC goes,
it's still a rivalry, though, man. It's, the rivalry.
They're going to show their ass. I mean, they always going to show up.
And then now they're going to be the laughing stock 2 weeks straight, right?
Yeah, and it's 3 weeks because they finna lose a Clemson this week, too.
Okay.
So
y'all might be the one to catch the brunt of that. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't worried about it. Unprofessional. Should have been on silent. But I'm just gonna say, man, before we get out of here, man, I want to thank everybody who commented on the show, man. That's my man Jona, man. We are definitely gonna do this again. Not late night.
Next year.
No, man, we ain't going nowhere, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, I gotta get you. I can't keep. Even if
we get on your gambling acumen, you know what I'm talking about? Because I should have took some of your goddamn picks. Because both my parlays failed by the wayside today, fucking around with USC and fooling around with Auburn, thinking in Auburn and LSU. Because I swore that game was going to be a lot tighter than that. So both my parlays died on the goddamn cutting board flow, man.
I could have told you that. You could have called me on that one. I could have told you that. But I do hate this goddamn.
LSU was gonna goddamn get to 60 by themselves. Shit.
I do hate these teams getting the ball with 4-5 minutes, man, and just holding the goddamn ball with this new clock rule. This shit is really killing it. You know what I'm saying?
But I got you, man. But listen, y'all, man. This is Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. That's my man Jona, man, and we will be back probably within the next week or two, and we're gonna do this again, man. It was good kicking it with you, man, and talking with you, man. Go ahead and shout out all your businesses and let everybody know how they can reach you and the whole nine, bro.
Hey man, it's Jonah Crooner on all social platforms. Old School is out right now. You know what I'm saying? Some mixtape with DJ Double Dose coming soon. You know,
Man, listen,
we just
you
we just
never
we
been
just
with a nigga this cold.
hey, we just
Hey,
getting
I
everything.
keep it jamming
We
that
just getting
shit,
every,
bro.
yeah, we just getting every, leaderboard out too. We trying to get that with Boss Tweed. We trying to get that on ESPN with hopefully we can get that going on Iron Bowl, but it's a Alabama Auburn kind of deal. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's, you know, we got some stuff on the way, man. You know, we just working out all the stuff, you know. So yeah, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You know,
And don't forget, the
it
t-shirt,
definitely.
man. Tell them about the t-shirt, bro. Tell them about the
Oh yeah,
t-shirt.
Vulcan tees, man. If you got any shirts you need made, logos, you know, that's the bread and butter right there coming in right there, you know. But that's keeping my gambling money going.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen. Hey, man,
man.
listen. You already know what time it is, man. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? This is Double Dose and Jonah, man. We finna sign out, man. We appreciate all of y'all for kicking it with us, man. We will be back, man. Thank y'all, man. And we out this bitch, man.
Already.